Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now. Alright then, let's see this conclusive evidence. The evidence that shows that you actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall. I hope it's not too early. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest. Oh yes, at last you finally brought it out in the open. There's a handprint on this piece of cloth. Your Honor, the prosecution requests that be immediately sent to the lab for analysis. This handprint of the letter, there must have been a strong impact for it to be left there so clearly. You mean? It could not have been forged. It must be authentic, conclusive evidence. Ha ha ha. You're slow in the uptake as ever, Horfy. What? Think about it. Why do I have all this time to present this evidence? Yet it was written to do so. Why would that be? You mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that? Mr. Wright, do you really know? Whoever the fingerprints belong to must be the real murderer. Whose fingerprints are they? Very well, I'll tell you. It should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted. Okay, well, we don't have a choice. Emma? Emma Sky! What? You're mine? I'm sorry, Emma. But why? Why didn't you tell me? You're really something, Rado. You knew this girl did it all along, and you still try to pin the murder on me. So it's true. It's tragic, but true. This girl really did shoot Prosecutor Marshall to his death. How could you? You monster! This guy! You knew whose fingerprints those were all along, yet you acted like she really didn't. This guy, it's not over yet. What? I said this trial isn't over yet. Ha! But I'm afraid it is over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career too. You purposely concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense. I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the trial. I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant's convicted. I love your badge, boy. What's the matter? Can't you get your tongue? Aren't you going to tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer? Before I do that, there's just one little thing you have to clear up. Oh, and what's that? Who really killed Prosecutor Marshall? What? Trivgant, you are absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Marshall, you ask? It was Emma Sky, wasn't it? I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction. What? A contradiction? What is this fool babbling about? I'm talking about a contradiction. One that proves who the real killer is. But Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth, what could it possibly contradict? Trivgant, you tyrannical ends ear. Behold, the piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth. Why is there no blood on the cloth? And what exactly is this supposed to be? This is the picture this guy took. Take a good look at it. See where the piece of glass was cut out? Yes, it's showing underneath. He sounds to make out with all the blood on his vest, though. Exactly my point. His cheek is soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs, no doubt, were punctured. Blood poured out of his mouth. Oh, what a piece of cloth! Wait, there's no blood on it. Ah! Since Emma Sky's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword. No, this is nonsense! Now then, Mr. Kent, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside. He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out. If so, then tell me, who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene of the formless sky, picked up the unconscious prosecutor, and impaled him on the armored sword? Well, to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, the person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. Then he broke the jar on purpose to leave behind a clue. And make Lana believe her sister did it. Remember what you admitted only moments ago? That you personally cut out the bloodless piece of the victim's vest. Ironic, isn't it? To the very act of creating entrance, you prove that you were the actual murderer. It's finished. Who just objected? That was close, Rhino. You almost had me. Sorry, but you have to do better than that. I'll refute your allegations. What do you mean, you refute his allegations? You see, that piece of cloth is illegal evidence. Order! What nonsense is this? Illegal evidence cannot be used in convicted suspect. Remember, Hoodie? Earlier, all right over here concealed a piece of cloth. So then, what's your excuse right now? You do have some conclusive evidence, don't you? The order? I don't have any evidence I can present at this time. At this point in time. Wow, I think I made the same mistake. Well, that's true. The defense did refuse to present evidence. At that moment, that piece of cloth seems to be legal evidence. But that's not fair. Did you actually think you could best be in court? It looked like the last left on you, son. I'm afraid Mr. Gunn's claim is legally correct. Well, Mr. Edgeworth? True. Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal. Well, Mr. Wright? It seems, at last, the time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived. Mr. Wright, do you admit it? That you purposefully and legally concealed this piece of the cloth? I did not. Certainly, I refuse to present evidence at one point. Aha! So the evidence is legal. No, it isn't, Mr. Gant. Huh? It's not that I didn't present evidence then. It's that I couldn't. What do you mean, you couldn't? There are certain procedures involved in presenting evidence. No, Hoodie, don't listen to his lies. He's nothing but a coward. You can't let him. There is only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not? Very well, let us settle this once and for all. Earlier, you refused to present evidence. If you can prove your conduct was not in violation of the law, then do so now. Well, evidence law. That sounds right. I mean, We are arguing about the legality of evidence, and we have evidence law here. This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law. What's this? I've done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Emma Sky's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more. What? You see, it's written right here in this book. The second rule of evidence law. Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. I found this piece of evidence myself inside your safe. It goes without saying, I did not have approval from the police department. Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case and trial. And here is the crux of the matter. You see, at the time it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between the cloth and the SL9 incident. What? What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just take one look at this picture and... Sorry, but can you recall when was that picture presented? That was shown only a few moments ago. No. He's right. At the beginning of this trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless. The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Gant. You yourself confessed to a certain truth. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest? Oh yes! No! It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth. The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Solicitor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer, and there's only one person who could have done it. Damon Gant, the killer was you! No. Why do I should have gotten rid of him? Thank good for the things come. For 2 years has been snooping around the department trying to get something on me. Crimes are being committed every day, yet he insisted on hunting me. Well, your crime was not exactly petty. He wanted to investigate the case. He recruited him to star, and convinced Bruce Goodman. Did it seem Goodman? Yeah, that's right. If the evidence is transferred, I lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you've got to help me. Goodman turned him down, as he have to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit. He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence. Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost time report. I went with him to the evidence room. Then all of a sudden, he had to speak out. What are you talking about, Goodman? Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? We can't transfer the evidence out. There are too many questions left unanswered. He told me to open up the evidence room and take it out. It's not too late. I done this to Marshall. Well, to be honest, I was a little panicked too. I had a bad feeling about it, but never knew it would come to this. That's when I saw it. That accursed lie. I couldn't just put it out. You were only increased the amount of blood and you couldn't finish what you started. Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who my son stumbled in, so I was wiping it up. I was worrying so much about the floor, I didn't realize my mistake. Did the same gun shoes like her? Did the same gun shoes blew the handprint? I used to be known as a crime computer, but everyone's thought somewhere, yes. I was so nervous. I had no business doing any bit. When you put the body in my car. I'm sorry, we didn't think of any other way to move the body. We broke the trunk, but what's the big deal? You pulled down a lot more than us detectives. Ugh. That's not nice. What does this have to do with anything? You're horrible. How could you get Miss Guy involved in all of this? Well, she had as much to do as I did if the truth came out. So you took the evidence for Detective Goodman's locker. I feel bad for having to do it. I couldn't sit around and pick and choose what to take. Well, you have to charge him when it goes. Yeah. It looks like he was better off being an investigator of crimes than a commuter. They all did their best to get in my way. I got to hand it to them. They do their jobs well, much to my dismay. The evidence does not hold up very well upon close examination. You must have done that. Tell me, Worthy, what are you doing in court? Me. You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me, we're the same. One day you'll understand. If you want to take them on alone, you'll figure out what's needed. Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Haji. What? Looks like I have to consult that lunch date. Sorry, old friend. I'm sorry too, Damon Gant. I know you as you used to be long ago. You were once a fine investigator and an example to others on the force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that person. 2 days ago now, Haji. Thanks for the memories, though. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Now you have Wright here. And Worthy. With these two around, you can't go wrong. You see, if I listen carefully, I can hear it right now. The sound of a new beginning. There are 2 things I want you to understand. Yes. First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Damon Gant betrayed you from the beginning. You see, Miss Guy, you no longer have any reason to keep silent. You're right. When this trial is over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years, from the time I had Gant help me forge evidence up until today. So, it seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered. I'm sorry, Miss Guy. I couldn't get you out of all your trouble. My, what high standards you have for a rookie. I can see why Mia does so highly of you. Who knows, a few years from now, you just might make it to the top. How are you, my thanks, Mr. Wright? Miss Guy. And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you. It was nothing. Liar. I was worried the pressure might break you. And yet, you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth. Stop it. I only did my job. In light of this case, it seems a good self-examining is over for all of us. Miss Guy. Yes, Your Honor. You are innocent of murder. However, ultimately blackmailed you. The fact is you still acted as his accomplice. A trial will be scheduled for this crime at a later date. Yes, I understand, Your Honor. Is there something reason about all of this? Why are you smiling? It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains. Excuse me. Well, this trial has gone on far too long already. Regarding the charge of murder, this court found the defendant Miss Lana Sky not guilty. We're at the end! That is all. The court is adjourned. It's the end of the trial, which means the DLC case is coming at hand. At long last, it's finally over. Might have exactly. Emma? Why the long face? I'm sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook, but at least she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit. No, that's not it. Just now, after the trial ended. I can see why Mia Fate of so highly of you. How are you my day, Mr. Wright? And do you too, Mr. Edgeworth? You suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. You've done well. You know, I did my best too, but Lana didn't say a single word to me. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, Paul. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. This is a gumshoe. What is it? You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Making a detective run all around on while on duty? And to top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. That's the third time you say that, gumshoe. Hey, let it up, Pauls. I'm only kidding. Oh, are you here because of my sister again? Nope, not this time. I came today because of you, Paul. Me? That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone. Lana! Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know. Well, I won't tell you if you won't. Emma, owe you an apology. It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it. That day, 2 years ago. Was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess. Sis, I asked Jan to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for her sake, but now I realize I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself. But I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared of what you'd react if you knew. But sis, you were only doing it for me. No. Huh? I turned my back on you that day. In hiding what I believed to be the truth, I was deceiving you. Sis. I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm so sorry. But sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now. You're happy? Of course. You know, sis, I always knew that one day you'd come back. And now you have. Oh, Emma. Emma. Aww. No one can change the past. The only thing that we can do is try to make up for our mistakes. Why must we make up for our mistakes, you ask? Because in so doing, we can find a way back to our path. And once we found our path, we can move on from our past mistakes toward a brighter future. At least that's what I felt, looking at those two sisters wake up. Mr. Wright, Mr. Gumshoe. But me? Thank you both for all that you've done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Isn't that right, Edgeworth? Edgeworth? Stop by then and come over here. Where was he hiding? I just came to say congratulations. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Right, well, I'll be going now. Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened. Or we're the ones who acted corruptly, not you. It's too late for me. No matter what anyone may say, I realized today that I can't change my own mistakes. Mr. Edgeworth? Not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chilligan was right. You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me, we're the same. One day you'll understand. If you want to take them on alone, you'll figure out what's needed. I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life fighting them. But in order to fight crime alone, one needs a weapon. It's scary, but I've been thinking the same thing for quite some time now. But Edgeworth? Who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to put something like Chilligan did. That terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor. Edgeworth, don't you understand? Damon Gann, your mentor, Manfred von Karma. We're both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime, but we both made the same mistake. You said, in order to fight crime alone, one needs a weapon. That may be right, but think back to this trial. You weren't alone. You were working together with Mr. Wright, and because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? What? Oh, yeah. What is this, a pub quiz? Come on, Mr. Wright, show him what Lana's talking about. Evidence. That neither Edgeworth nor I would have been able to find on our own. Huh. Right, the evidence list. The one thing that we had the help of each other. That's the picture I drew. Our counterattack began with this. You had one half of the evidence list, and I had the other. Apart, we wouldn't have been able to completely restore Emma's picture. That didn't just happen by chance, Edgeworth. It's time for me to go. Mr. Edgeworth? If you'll excuse me, there's some soon loose ends that needs my wrapping up. Take care, Chief Prosecutor. I can tell my recording is getting tired. Edgeworth, what will you do now? Well, whatever you do, just remember, what happened in this trial can neither make or break you as a prosecutor. In the end, it's up to you. I know. It seems I owe you my thanks too, right? Oh boy. The recording is getting hurt. But what I face now is my problem. Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court. Farewell. I'd better be getting back too. Okay, I'll come visit you. It seems we both still have a little to learn. Here, this is a little something for you. Scientific investigation? It's the first book I ever bought. Study it well. Thanks, sis. I will. And so, another case came to a close. As for the sisters, I have a faith. Faith that their lives have only just begun. And as for me, I think it's time I started on a new journey of my own. A journey to rediscover myself. Well, don't go drinking up just yet, Paul! Huh? What is it, detective? There's a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this. But... I thought you said it was okay. Yeah, well, it may be okay with me, but the folks at the prison are a different story. Huh? Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either. Huh? Way to go, detective. I didn't know you had it on the wild side. Yeah, well, you see, Mr. Wright here is the one who will be footing the bill. What, you think I could afford that with my salary? You gotta be kidding, Paul. Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best. Why is it? I suddenly feel like I want to scream. Since we're all here, why don't we all go together? Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, guys. Let's go. Objection! Oh, thank goodness. The grace is fairly plain. Wait, can I? Wait, what? She's a coroner. As for me, this affair has pretty much ended my days at the prisoner's office. Still, I managed to find my way back to the field somehow. So I'll be able to investigate crime together with Emma. I guess I was too late. Oh well, so much for that. The thing is, I was a little slow on this because I didn't realize. Oh, guys, if you overlooked by the enterprise investigation of Chief's office, if we penalize you anymore, it'd be worse than firing you. Yep, that's what they said. It just goes to show you can't shake me off that easily. Oh, it's a portrait in the fingerprints. Nice. So now I know what's done there. But it's small. I just recorded a whole hour and 8 minutes, I can tell, because my recording device is not good for this. My mission is to guard the main entrance and take care. Can you believe it? I've been demoted as a security guard. My partner is keeping an eye on the entrance for me today. I shouldn't though. Someday I'm going to make a detective. Yes sir. Then I can be just like the Gumshoe. Oh boy. You already roared, so I don't think that's the one to look up for. Wow, I wasn't very nice to Gumshoe here. That's the Blue Badger. Okay. What's up with this? Oh no! The Blue Badger! Gumshoe, the Blue Badger fell apart. We need someone to repair it. What is it? Can't you see him having me a showdown with a steak lunch? Miss Terminator sneaked this into me. She's seeing one of the guards, it seems. Well, cowboy, it looks like you did it. You haven't given Beta back her sister. Can you make sure Billy and the gang get their water? Looks like we won't be seeing each other for a while. As a farewell gift, I put a new meal on the menu, the Wright lunch. The plier tastes as bitter as defeat, but the bottom layer is sweet. Kids seem to lead on a bad team. It's a hot seller on this time. Just make sure not to eat it backwards. Okay. Who else are we missing here? Oh, the judge! I'll never forget what that young defense lawyer said after the trial. Let's see, what was his name again? Mr. Left? Ray? Anyway, he said he's been doing something or other for how many years? Well, anyway, I got another trial to get to, so it better be. Huh? Oh no! I forgot my gavel! Sorry, gotta go! Huh, so that's what the judge's chair looks like. Any more fingerprints? I mean, portrait in the fingerprints to do? Yep, Emma, what? Ah, nothing soothes the soul like fresh country air. Still, sometimes I do miss hearing Nick and his objections. Still, I can't go back until I'm a full-fledged medium. Maya, afternoon's rain is about to begin. Coming! Well, see you around, Nick. Thank you for the teaser for the second Phoenix Wright game. That was Korean Grenade we just saw there. That's where Maya lives. Unfortunately, I don't know if I'll be doing any Let's Play for the other Phoenix Wright games. Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth. I brought you your tea. What's going on? Edgeworth's not here. Not anymore. Where could he have gone off to? Nobody knows. Thanks for coming to see me off. I can't believe I'm going to Europe. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you so much for everything. I'm a little sad. Whenever I want to see Lana. Oh, fine. Well, I couldn't read, so feel free. Wait, what? Okay, how do you open this? Hey, there's an envelope inside. What's this? Huh. A picture of a younger Emma and Lana. Well, this concludes this Let's Play of Phoenix Wright Haste Attorney. I'll see you another time. Because we are done with the Let's Play of Rise from the Ashes. Goodbye, everybody! That's all I'm gonna say.